of the unseen? Welcome to EVP Explorations, the show that takes you beyond the veil and into the world of the unknown. Hosted by Todd Bates, a seasoned investigator and specialist in electronic voice phenomena, this is your guide to uncovering the voices of the dead. Whether you're a seasoned paranormal investigator or just beginning your journey, EVP Explorations brings you the tools, tips, and techniques you need to capture the whispers of the afterlife. From proper recording methods to incredible real-life experiences, this show is your gateway to mastering the art of EVP. Join us live every Friday at 8 p.m. Central on the Sacred Spiral Network as we explore the mysteries of the paranormal and teach you how to connect with the other side. This is EVP Explorations with Todd Bates. Tune in, listen close, and dare to discover what lies beyond.
And good evening, one and all. My goodness. Oh, it's so great to be back. It is such a good feeling to be back. I want to wish each and every one of you fine folks a very happy new year. Hopefully you had a great Christmas as well. Wow. EVP Explorations is born. And what we're going to do here tonight, this is kind of an introductory show. We're going to go over a few things that the show is going to cover, of course. And here in a moment, I'm going to introduce the show's producer, Mark Davies. We're going to have him on here, Paranormal Reason, here in just a moment to talk about a few things as well. But I just want to welcome each and every one of you as everybody trickles in here. Feel free, post your comments, post your questions, whatever you want down there. We'll get to those here in a little while. And of course, later on in the show, I'm going to be bringing people backstage. If you guys want to chat and so forth, have any questions, we can direct them there. I mean, with these live shows, let's be honest, folks, you never really know what's going to happen. I've got an entire script written, show notes to go by, courtesy of our amazing producer, Mark, and they may steer, they may go back and forth. A lot of this depends on comments and your participation. So feel free to comment, post, share, get this thing out there. And the show, EVP Explorations. Why that? Well, those of you that are here and remember the old Haunted Voices show, that show ran about a little over a couple decades there, went for a while. And it started out all about electronic voice phenomenon, teaching others. It was a community of people coming together for one common goal, to learn how to communicate with those that have passed on. And it started out as a forum, a little chat forum. Then it went into a chat room. Then it developed into teaching EVP lessons, which is what we will be doing on this show as well. I'll get to that here in a moment. But there's a lot that went into Haunted Voices. And as I said in the interview with Kelly Brickle several days ago, the show just went astray. It went in a direction that I just didn't want it to go. It had to retire. It had to stop. It was confusing me. So I can only imagine how it was confusing all of you. And this show, EVP Explorations, is completely different, yet the same. It's one of those where all of it comes together as it used to be. The show is based off of a 2004 study guide that was written, and it's going to stem from that. There's going to be some hands-on with this as well. You guys are welcome to bring your recorders, send in your recordings and so forth, and we can process them here live and show people how to do it with today's technology. We're going to use old technology with today's techniques and see if it sparks anything, if it makes anything different. So many different things we're going to cover on the program. And I want you guys to be sure, and then I'm going to jump into some lows here. I'm seeing some amazing people. What I want you guys to remember is it's more than just a radio show. The group itself, EVP Explorations Group, it's a safe place where everybody can talk. Everybody can go in there and speak their mind, speak their opinion. It's well monitored, well administered. It's not a spam group. It's not one of those where everything floats by. It's great discussions going on in there by a lot of great people. A lot of great people from the community are in there. And one other thing I want to say before I get to hellos. The EVP ITC community is one, folks. We are an umbrella. We are under their umbrella, basically, ITC. So I want to say first and foremost, this show is not separating those two groups whatsoever, because one can't live without the other. And as one, I can't remember his name, in the group posted, they're married, and it's a marriage that just can't be broken. EVP is just a facet of it, and we'll get into that in detail in future shows as well. But I want to get to some lows in here. My goodness, I have to run these comments here, so bear with me, folks. I got to multitask a little bit. Then we're going to bring Mark up here. Of course, station owner right there, Kelly Brickle. I want to give a huge thank you to her and Sacred Spiral Network for hosting the program. Working with her is amazing. She's a sweetheart. Kelly is the best, folks. And the station is accepting shows too. So good over there. Talk to Kelly. I've got the email here right there. Just pop over there. Talk to Kelly. They're taking shows. It's an awesome place. It's welcoming. It's friendly. It's not all, and I use this term lightly, sponsory. It's a very clean station, very clean network. I enjoy it. I enjoy being over there. Now, so many great people. My goodness. Hello, Tina, Wild Bill, Courtney, of course. How are you, hon? It's great to see you. It's been forever. Oh, my goodness. John Swink. He's been around since the beginning. Thank you, John, for all your support all these years, my friend. It does go noticed. Trust me. Trust me. And, of course, the Reverend Wild Bill, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. And there's just so many of you guys. Steve, great to see you. Glad you made it, my friend. And of course, a future guest coming up here, Miss Lisa Crick, Nicole Tito. We're going to be talking some old school EVP with these two. It is going to be amazing. You guys don't want to miss these shows. And if you can't catch them live, that's okay. You can always catch the replay. It's always easy to catch the replay. Oh, thank you, Kelly. And of course, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Donna. Great to see you, Donna. So many people that I haven't seen in so long, and you guys just feel like you're right next door. I'm loving it. So thank you all so much for taking time to stop by. Excuse me. It's been a long day. I'm a little tired. Sherry and I have had a long, exciting day, long drives. When you drive, you get that constant hum. It's just puts you down. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to bring Mark up here. We're going to get into the show, kind of break it down a little bit, introduce Mark, his background, and take this show, dissect it, put it back together for you. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, post them in there, folks, and we'll get them on here for you. There's just a lot of good fun stuff coming up. So without further ado, I want to take this quick break. Then we're going to bring Mark up here. So you guys hang tight. More EVP Explorations on the way.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare to discover.
Welcome back, folks. 9 minutes past the hour. My goodness, without further ado, I'm going to welcome Mark Davies, the show's producer, EVP Expeditions. Welcome, Mark. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Todd. Hi, everybody. I'm fine, thanks. Living the dream.
Thanks for staying up over there. You're across the pond a little bit. I know it's a little late for you. You've been conditioning for it. We've been working out for this, Mark. Here we are. Tonight's the night.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of work went into this bad boy, didn't it?
Yes, a lot. It went so quickly though, from when you first contacted me regarding the project. It's just, time has just flown. There's never enough time, is there? That's the trouble.
No, and that's the thing. It's hard to keep up with, and it's already evolving. It's growing. People are coming together. They're talking methods. They're talking strategy. They're talking theories. I mean, I'm loving the new group. This show is gonna mirror right off of that, right, Mark? I mean, it's just one of those things where it's going to be right in your face. I mean, I've got equipment right here behind me at the ready to go, to show people that need to learn about the analog recorders or digital recorders. It's all right there at the ready, and that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting back to our roots. It seems, Mark, the community has gone this direction and this direction. We used to be right here, right there, and we can get back there. It's just going to take some time and a lot of hard work. I'm not saying total unity by any means, but it's I think that spills off into a lot of our evidence that we're claiming as evidence. A lot of people are being led astray, taking the kind of easy route. It's not an easy job. It's not. But what do you think of the program? First, tell everybody about yourself and your background a little bit. Kind of get yourself out there. Where did you get started in the paranormal, Mark?
Well, for myself, there was no single incident. I never saw nothing. I never recorded anything. It was just a very, very deep interest from a very early age, as young as 3 or 4 years old. I was fortunate that my mother knew the librarian at the town I was living, and they just allowed me access to the adult library. So straight away I gravitated towards the paranormal section, and I've just continued that interest throughout my life. And as I got older, I guess I just, rather than just being like an avid reader, I actually went out there and started exploring, an EVP part of it. I was just thinking back before I come on the show. I mean, the first real thing I did out in the field was actually specifically to record EVP when I was about 14, 15, back in the late 1970s. I went out to a local sea cove, Tresillian Cove, down in South Wales. Went there, and effectively there is a local legend attached to it, where if you throw a stone over an archway inside a cave, you get married within 12 months. But the thing that interested me was there was a pirate buried in the mouth of the cave. It's a tidal cave, and when the tide came in, he drowned. And it's rumoured you could actually go in there and capture his screams, his cries for help. And that's what attracted me to the location. Spent an hour or two there, needless to say, didn't record a thing. But it was my first venture into the world of EVP, I guess.
Wow, that's amazing, Mark. I mean, to have an experience like that, I mean, the tension, the anticipation, the adrenaline, that kind of thing when you're going into a situation like that.
Well, yes, I mean, especially when you're young, you read all about it in the books. You think sometimes it's a matter of turning up, don't you? And the ghosts, the spirits will actually all be sitting there waiting for you to turn up for your recorder and be happy to speak to you, and it's just not like that at all.
No, no, I mean it. And, that's one of the things when we start, I mean, we've got some great shows coming up, great guests coming up, but these are mainly going to be training programs is what they're going to be. They're going to be training shows, and we're going to get into some of the methods and protocols. And, as much as I want to see communication be the ultimate force, it's not. There's still a lot of work to be done out there. And I think what we're doing, Mark, is bypassing a lot of things that we should be refocusing on how they operate, as far as mechanics, as far as things of that nature. We're jumping too far ahead, I think.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bad habits creeping in as well, where people are using terminology but not really aware of the terminology they're using. I mean, if you go across the internet today, you'll see lots of people recording voices from, say, ghost boxes, and they're calling it EVP.
Right.
It's just something like me. I've got to turn the computer off. It just annoys me so much.
and that is, A lot of those coming in that are not trained, basically, is what it is. They're not well versed in the field. They don't have a lot of experience, and they're going a lot of what's on television, what they see on television,
Mhm.
but a lot of those have dissipated as well. But what this program's focused on are the old school methods. They still work. They're still effective, and they're not used. They're being mixed, and like we're going to have Lisa Crick and Nicole Tito on here hopefully one of these times, and these two are uh, gurus of the Estes method, things of that nature, EVP itself, ITC. So getting into that, I want those two to come together more than what they are. I don't like seeing EVP and ITC as separate. It is. I realize they're two different things. EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, you know, that is a voice captured on a recording device, such as mechanical, reel to reel, cassette recorder, digital recorder, not a spirit box. That's not an EVP. I know it's an electronic device, but it's the way it wasn't captured. It's just it's there. So there's a difference with that. And I know it's really confusing, folks. It really is, because it's on the cusp. You would think, Mark, communication is communication, right? No matter how you do it. But there has to be a system, right? There has to be a way, there has to be some kind of guidance, some kind of rule to separate a few things in order to eliminate some variables we we don't need to mess with.
Yeah, I mean, just for example, it's important too. I often get asked to look at other people's captures, and sometimes you spend about 3 or 4 emails trying to tie down what exactly you're actually listening to, because they're using wrong terminology, etc. And it can come across as a bit pedantic, but I think there's a reason why different terms were created for these various phenomena, and it's really important we carry these forward and use them within our own work.
I would agree. I would completely agree. And a lot of these methods have been forgotten, or just we've all gotten lax on our investigations. They're not as detailed as what they used to be, from what I've seen. And I'm retired from the field. I'm slowly getting back out there, and I'm catching up on some of the equipment and so forth, which some of it's ridiculous. It really is, in my opinion. But the old school, sitting down, going over evidence as a team instead of going over it separately, sharing it through Facebook and so forth, sending the suggestions to others, what it may say. These things used to have been done as a team. So you can have witnesses for one, so you can have collaboration on the entire audio. If you capture an EVP, the old school rule used to be if more than 3 or 4 people agreed upon it, it was a class A. That's a good. That's like a big fish, folks. Okay. So to throw all that away, and forget about our forefathers, our pioneers that brought this to us. I mean, this marked, and back in the day, this was strictly a UK thing. It really was. This was really big over there, and then Sarah brought it here. Raudiva, you had Jurgensen, all these people that we're going to be talking about, Sarah herself. We're going to be having all these different discussions on the future shows, folks. This is just an introductory show for you guys joining us here. You think Mark and I are teaching any lessons tonight? We're just kind of introducing the show, what it's about, and what to expect. That's all. And welcome to all the new folks that showed up. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, Michael, how you doing, Michael? And we've got Steve here with a comment. Steve is saying, this is very true. The best alternatives to use the spirit box is to use a handheld recorder with an external speaker hooked up to it. That way, everybody's going to hear what's coming through when it comes through, and you're not dealing with the sweeping sounds of white noise. And you're not only hearing the voice when it comes through, it's also being recorded as you're hearing it. You're correct, real time. And that's one of the big things, too, Mark. This generation, I'm learning, and from all the documentaries and things I'm seeing, too, these are documentaries. They want that EVP right now. They don't want to wait for it. They don't want to work for it. They want it right now, I'm seeing. And the real-time recorders, those are tried and true. But there's also different methods that you can get more pronounced and clear voices with digital or analog, that really no one's utilizing anymore. They're mixing the two together. Does that make sense, Mark?
Oh, totally, totally. I think as well it's important to say that, like, we might preach like this is the best way to do it, but it's not the only way to do things. There's
Oh,
so many
sure.
different ways, and the importance is choosing a method which actually works for you as a person making the recording.
Yeah, and that is exactly what Sarah herself used to tell me, Todd. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just a way.
Yeah,
And
just
I
record.
have carried that. Yeah, just a way to do it. And by any stretch of the imagination, we are not experts. We are nothing like that, folks. I don't claim to be one. Mark, I'm sure you don't either. There's no absolutes in this field. We've been in it a long time, sure. Been going at it and so forth. We've been out in the trenches, and I climbed out of them all muddy. Mark still goes out there. So it's good though. Um, Now we've got a couple great guests coming up here, and then I'm gonna skip off to the recording tip for them. But we've got two great guests coming up. Michael Laciano is coming on the 10th, and we're going to talk old school EVP. And then Nicole Strickland's coming on the 17th, right, Mark?
That's correct, yes.
And then we're going to talk some old school EVP with Nicole. She's out there, the San Diego Paranormal Research Society. Michael runs the Heritage Society, and he's about as old school as they get. And it's not about us collecting a bunch of old school people. It's about the method. It's about the basics. And to be perfectly honest with each and every one of you fine folks, I've forgotten a lot about this field, a lot. And I'm going to be learning a lot of these new things along here with you, because it has changed so much. And I've been out of it maybe 8-10 years, and it's done a complete 360. So I'm hoping, hi Heather, I'm hoping this show, Mark, flips it around a little bit, gets some people interested in some methods that do work, that are effective. Some software techniques we're going to teach them right here live with this technology. We can do the share screen. We're going to learn the difference between a human vocal print, the spirit vocal print when it comes to an EVP. So many different things coming up here. But I want to take a little break here and give you guys a couple recording tips. It's just cool stuff, just tidbits for you to learn. And Mark, thank you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure, Todd.
And hanging out, and for all the hard work you're doing. I can't thank you enough. It's going to be a fun ride, my friend.
Oh, it is, definitely.
It's going to be a fun ride. But we got this, okay?
Definitely.
All right, take care, Mark.
Take care, Todd. Have a great show.
You too,
Bye.
my friend. Thank you.
Bye.
And there he was, Mark with Paranormal Reason. Be sure and check him out there as well. He posts some really cool stuff. And what I've got here is a recording tip here for you folks. And got and a break. I just got to step away here for just a quick second. But we're going to be right back. We're going to talk some EVP. We're going to bring you guys, I'm going to send you a backstage link. If you guys want to come backstage, say a few words, come on the show here with us. I'm going to send the link out here in just a minute, and we're going to answer some comments and questions you guys have as well. I'm trying to do everything I can with the comments and so forth. A A little hard to go back and forth, but we'll get it. So hang tight. More EVP Explorations on the way. Stay tuned.
Introducing The Haunted Voice by Todd Bates, a powerful autobiography that takes you on an unforgettable journey through life's darkest struggles and most hopeful triumphs. From working as a corrections officer to finding himself behind bars, Todd's story dives deep into the battle against alcoholism and addiction, revealing the raw, unfiltered truths of hitting rock bottom. But this is not just a story of despair. It's a story of redemption, recovery, and hope. As a seasoned paranormal investigator and EVP specialist, Todd also opens the door to his chilling experiences with the supernatural, weaving together tales of the paranormal with deeply personal revelations. The Haunted Voice isn't just a book, it's a lifeline for those seeking recovery, a guide for those facing their own demons, and a treasure for paranormal enthusiasts. Available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Apple Books, The Haunted Voice makes the perfect gift for anyone looking for inspiration, guidance, or simply an incredible story. Order your copy today and discover the voice that refuses to be silenced. EVP Pro Tip: less is more. When analyzing your recordings, don't overdo it. Subtle enhancements can help, but over-editing risks losing the raw authenticity of those chilling whispers from the beyond. Keep it real. Keep it clear. Want to master EVP cleaning like a pro? Stay tuned to EVP Explorations with Todd Bates for expert tips that will take your recordings to the next level.
And welcome back, everybody. 27 minutes past the hour, at the bottom of it. And again, thank you, Mark Davies, for coming on here for a little while. He's been conditioning himself to stay up until 2 a.m. God love him. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show and what's coming up with it. Hey, Chris, how you doing, my friend? Having a problem with the notification? That's got to be a Facebook thing. And you're not the only one that said it. I've had a few other ones from the group tell me they couldn't get it either. I don't know. That's a Facebook thing beyond my control, but welcome, Chris. Glad you made it. And we're going to get to your questions and things. What I did is I dropped an invite link in there in the chat somewhere in several locations. And hey, Bailey, my boss out at work, Bailey. All right. No, but I dropped the backstage link in there for you guys. If you guys wanted to come back and say hello, if you had any questions about the show, about what's coming up, about what the show's about any of your EVP, love to talk about them. So just click that link. Make sure you have Google Chrome installed. You'll need Google Chrome to come backstage. And if you have any questions, just want to post them, you can post them right in there as well. And I'm going to scroll through here real quick and see if I can. There we go. Lisa, absolutely. People throw around the term Class A and they have no idea what they're talking about. Class A is clear and crisp. Yes, easily understood without someone leading you to it. And I'm going to leave that up here for a moment. This system, and this is a future episode coming up here too, but I'll give you some teaser tidbits. This classification system was developed by none other than my mentor, Sarah Wilson Estep. She was a preschool teacher. She loved the stuff. And A, B, and C. A Class A, just like Lisa said, is unmistakable. I have one out of countless one that I consider to be a Class A EVP. They're very rare, extremely rare. Most of them are B's and C's, okay? B's and C's. A B is one that, and I'll be playing examples and things in future shows as well, but a Class B is one that you hear a little talking perhaps, and then some mumble, and then another clear word. That would be a Class B. A Class C is going to be your more delicate whispers. Keep those on hand. Those don't just go around deleting any of them, because you can work those through programs easily and lightly and fix a lot of these issues if you do it correctly. And we're going to show you how to do that on this show as well. I will fire up Adobe Audition. That is what I use. So that's, that's what I'll have to teach with. Audacity is another good program. It's a free program, but I'm telling you folks, Audition's worth the $20 a month for the thing. If your team comes together and spends $5 each on the thing, it's paid for the month. And it's Adobe Audition CC. That's all it is. It's through the Creative Cloud. It's a great program. I've been using it since it was called Cool Edit back in the day. I used to beta test for them years ago. There's some EVP stuff I was able to put in there. So there's some fun stuff in there. But we're going to go over spectral views. We're going to go over all of this cool stuff on upcoming episodes. So stay tuned for that. I mean, it's the show where I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to where all of you have the same passion I do to get out there and record, to get out there and just do something, some kind of analysis, some kind of experiment. We've got to figure this out. I know we may never figure this out, but it's the thrill of the chase, right? It is a satisfying hobby to have. It is. Because I know from personal experience that there's life after, there's something after. How it gets captured on our devices, I don't know. I mean, I have my ideas, I have my theories. You just don't have any, and that's why I love this field. There are no absolutes. So sure, you can go out there and screw up, but you really can't screw anything up. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. But there's a right way and a wrong way on some things as well. Protocols, ethics, folks, that's common sense. And I know that's not exactly free anymore, but common sense is out there. It is out there. And I want to say a big hello to Jamie and Jerry, her husband, Jerry. Jamie, I hope you're doing well, hon. Hang in there. Hope to see you soon. And, there's, and like Michael's saying here, I'm here to learn. I'm only familiar with EVP from TV, and I have trouble trusting some of the TV crews. Absolutely. And that's a show in itself right there, Michael. But there are some good shows out there. One that's not too bad, really. It's not overly dramatic. It's not junk. It's not hyped. It's not, hey, here's the camera in my face kind of thing. Ghost hunters, traditional ghost hunters, they have similar principles. I mean, that's TAPS. Those guys are real investigators. They really are. And, follow those folks. Another good one, Paranormal State with Ryan Buell. The guy's amazing. And, that show was great. There's some you can learn off of, but don't take them all to heart. Use common sense, man. It's right here. We're all born with it. We just have to flip that switch, turn it on. Grab something from these shows, but don't live by it. Don't think they're going to perform. Don't think because you have a recorder, you're going to get voices right away. That's not how this whole thing works. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of research. It really does. Because you open Pandora's box. When you're doing an EVP session, especially say you're at a client's interview and you're doing an EVP session, you capture something during that changes everything. You're doing your research now. You've got to get an abstract of the place, and you've got to see what names are listed. You've got to see if you can match it up with any of these voices you have, of these people that have lived here before. Are they still alive? There's so many things that you have to look into to do this. It's not just going out there, grabbing your recorder. Here we are. Okay, talk to me. Come on. I command you, talk to me. That's not how it works, damn it. It's just not. You're going to piss them off. You're going to piss me off. You're going to piss whoever else is with me off. You just don't do it that way. You just don't. I know you want to. I know you get frustrated. That's the name of the game, because you don't know and you don't get everything right away. It's not instant satisfaction. Will, my friend, how are you doing, Will? My boss out at work as well. Good to see you, buddy. And there's hi Hi, Delic. There's so much more to it than that. There's so much more involved, so much more work, so much more study. You really have to train yourself and be trained in electronic voice phenomena. I mean, I didn't just wake up an EVP specialist. I was trained by Sarah Mosley. Sarah Mosley. Jason Snyder jumped in there every once in a while and helped me out quite a bit. I'll give him that, and him and I have disagreements on different things and so forth, but he's a great guy. I wish him nothing but the best. He helped get me started in this whole thing. Jason did. But Sarah took me under her wing, and that's where I started to learn the fundamentals of it, how things operated or may operate, when to talk to them, what to say, how to say it, what tone to use, all kinds of repetitions, so many different things, experimentations, and not just with recording. We talked about ITC as well. Oh, she was big into that. Television was her thing, watching static and so forth. And to each their own. I mean, I had to concentrate on one facet in this field. There's so many of them. There's photography, there's videography, there's, I had to stick with one that I enjoyed, and that was communication, EVP. So I soaked up everything I could from Sarah, from the internet, from Jurgensen, from Raudiva, from all these different pioneers. You get that information, that knowledge. There it is. And you go out in the field and you apply it, which is what we're supposed to do. But we're not doing it. Why? It's there. Use it. Makes no sense to me. Hopefully this can shake a few people up. Now, there's some people out there doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong. They're still doing it. But there's not many. From what I'm seeing, there's not many. And it's sad. I want to see more people participate. I want to see more people go out there and do this the way it should be. The proper investigation, the proper client interview. We're going to cover all these things because they're all EVP related. To me, my opinion, electronic voice phenomenon, the voices are probably the most profound, probably the most credible piece of evidence you can take away from an investigation. A photograph these days, you don't know. Video, oh my goodness, you really don't know. Audio, it has a signature. Anywhere you take it, you can beat the hell out of that audio and filter the hell out of it. I can still tell you if it's crap or not. That's the thing. Audio has that signal, several signals actually, that just can't be erased. So you can tell if somebody's altered, if, just like you could a photo. So just be alert when you're out there. Use your head, use common sense, use a notepad and pen, for crying out loud. You don't have to put everything on your phone. Phone shouldn't even be there, in my opinion. But try. And those are some of the things we're going to cover on the show. I've got, study guide type material we're going to be going through. Now, some of this may bore you to death. If you're a seasoned researcher, oh my goodness, there's my sister. Hey, Stubbs, Tanya's in the house. There's plenty of different things we're going to cover on the show to teach you, to get you on the right path, to get you started. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of equipment. We're going to cover equipment. Whenever Michael's on here, we're going to cover equipment. You can get started for, $40. Get you a cassette recorder for $30. Get you a pack of 5 cassettes for $11. You're all set. Or get you a nice digital recorder. You don't have to get the Tascams, the zooms and whams, folks. You don't need it. You just don't need it. You just go ahead and get a recorder that records. I use an Olympus. I love the Olympus. I don't know all these model numbers. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all these different model numbers. Sure, some of those model numbers are absolutely important. They're identified as EVP magnets. And I've one in particular that sticks in everybody's mind, the RRDR60 by Panasonic. Good. The thing's worth $612,000 now. Great. It captures EVP like crap. So, it's choice, it's taste, it's what you feel. resonates with you. That's what recorder you use. Don't go out there and grab the latest gadget because somebody said, hey, this is great. Does it resonate with you? Give it a minute. Do you think this is something you can be attached to for as long as you want to do this? Choose something that chooses you. Okay, it really is that simple. Don't go out and spend $500 on a recorder that is so high tech and so damn sensitive it's going to capture two fleas having sex in the corner. You don't want something like that, folks. You don't need something like that. You need something common. You need something practical. That's all you need. My Sherry picked up that cassette recorder at a secondhand store for probably 10 or 15 bucks. And it came with some cassettes. One was high bias. That's how lucky you can get. You just have to look. eBay. You can still find the things. I know the tapes are a pain in the butt. I know they are. But it's a start. You got to start somewhere. We haven't figured that out yet, and we seem to be forgetting it. We seem to be forgetting all about magnetism or static energy. We're going on to different devices that are way advanced, and we have this yet that was quite effective. It was actually how it was discovered, yet we just tossed it. Well, I'm hoping to bring a few back that want to get out there and tackle these old school methods again, retry them with today's technology and its advances, and see if we can get any further than what we are. Because right now, it seems like everybody's sitting on their ass. We need to get off our ass, get back out there, and remember why we're doing this. We're doing this simple. I mean, it's beyond simple, folks. We just need to find out if there is something after this life. And we're not trying to prove it to the world. It's a curiosity. It's always been a human curiosity. Embrace it for what it is. It's a tough subject with a lot of people. We're going to talk about a lot of tough things. A lot of these recordings I'm going to share aren't exactly pretty. They're not happy. They're not fun times. It's death, and we're going to discuss it. And it's going to be one of those areas that's a safe place to discuss it. Because a lot of these conversations can get heated very quickly. They can be thrown off topic very, very fast. So we all have to work together and discipline ourselves not to do that, to make this community one. And I'm talking about all of you watching and listening out there. I'm not talking about the entire paranormal community. That's a massive undertaking. I'm just talking about you people watching, coming together and agreeing and disciplining each and every one of ourselves to have some respect for one, good conversations and discussions, some solutions. Let's drop the problems and start with some solutions. They're all around us. We just have to pick and choose which ones we want. We have to go out there and try and get more, but we're not. And I don't know why. Are we waiting for them to come to us? I don't think that's how it works. I think we have to meet somebody halfway. At least do that. At least do that. And I want to say a big hello to Michael. Hi, Michael Laciana. He's going to be on the 10th. He's coming on here next week. If I want to zoom. That is, like I said, your choice, my friend. You can get you a zoom. No, but it's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, Jamie Lynn. Hi, hon. How are you? Oh, gosh, she's a sweetheart. She is a trooper. And Miss Lee. Hi, Lee. So many great people here. So it's so good to see. And Bill, of course, my brother from another mother. Literally. How you doing, Bill? Yeah, there's just a lot that's going to go on with the show. So, I want you guys to really hang tight. I want you to follow these groups that we have, EVP Explorations. We have the YouTube thing. The one thing that I want to take a minute and talk about this, and that is this Discord channel server. I'm still learning it myself, folks. But this is a very powerful tool for us. And if you guys want to utilize this, I highly recommend you get in touch with me Yeah, EVP Explorations at gmail.com. EVP Explorations at gmail.com. If you want this link, I will send it to you. It is a Discord server that my boss at work, Will, put together for us. Now, with this server, we can upload our files. We can share files with each other. We can analyze each other's files properly and with discipline and respect. This will be done. And it's monitored up there, so don't worry. And we can upload them right there and discuss them. So it's new technology. It's something I'm not familiar with, but I'm learning. I'm learning to navigate it the best I can. But we can upload. If you do upload EVP there, please try to describe them. Do not name the file. Try not to name it. I know if it's embedded in there, it's okay, but try not to name it. That's just too suggestive. That's all. And we can upload it to that Discord. So if you want that Discord, let me make this real quick. Do it the easy way. And I'll keep it up for a minute. There we go. Okay, check my spelling. but there's so much we can do. And yes, they can message Will on Facebook as well in the group, and he will get you the link there directly as well. He's under Will Mattingly there in the group. You message him, he'll get it to you. Oh, thank you, Lee. It's great to be back, hon. And Steve's got another great question here. Some of the questions we should be asking instead of what is your name, how did you die, should probably pertain to questions like what's it like in the yes, sir. What it's like in the afterlife. Are you happy? Are you having any problems in there? These are questions we all know. We all want to know. We don't need to know how someone died. Absolutely correct, Steve. That's important. And to kind of expand on that a little bit, when you ask questions, and let's say you ask well, how'd you die? Well, what if they don't know? What if they have no freaking clue whatsoever, folks? Again, use common sense. Common sense will guide you with your questions. Go with your gut on what to say on a lot of these investigations that you're on. Each one's going to differ. You're going to track different things with different questions. So choose your questions wisely. We'll cover questions as well. And people can submit questions that they use that they found are effective. But Steve is absolutely 100% correct in saying that. They're people too. They have emotions. They have, I personally feel that they feel emotion. They feel not necessarily pain, but anguish and so forth. And we pick up on it. Somehow that comes to us, I mean, let's face it, folks. When you go into a haunted location, how do you feel? Are you chipper? Are you skipping and bebopping? No, you're cautious. You're aware because you're around the unknown. You don't know what's in there. So your senses heighten. Some call that fright. And in a sense it is. It's the body's defense mechanism. It kicks in automatically. It's fight or flight, fight or flight. That's how it goes. Now, when you have your first experience, you get over that part. It gets better. It gets easier because we're not like mediums. We can't see. I can anyway. I mean, I'm as sensitive as a brick. I've always said that. I can't see spirit. I can't look in this corner over here. Hey, how you doing, pal? I can't see that. I have to have a machine. I have to have some kind of device, common sense, and a gut feeling that I use to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Some have the gift, they have that gift of seeing and feeling. They're empathic. And that plays a big part in recording as well. We'll touch on that soon too. But with the simple methods that we're going to be teaching on this show, guys, it's a snap. It's not hard. So don't be afraid. Don't think that you're going to be scared all the time. If you're doing this for the first time, it is going to be a little startling for you. It's the cemetery is not the first place that you think about going. But if you're new to this field, I recommend going to that to be introduced to death, because you're literally standing all around it. It's all around you when you're doing there. I don't recommend going there if you're seasoned and so forth. But if you're new to this field, to get your body used to that, yes, because things go on there. There's things that go on there. There's sightings, all kinds. So get yourself familiar with it, because that's what we're going to do with this show, is take you from start to finish. It's going to be a snap for you. By the time you're done, you're going to know how to do some amazing things with some very inexpensive equipment. Spend a few bucks and you've got a very amazing hobby or career. I did this for a while, and that's all I did. It just depends on how far you want to take it. Me, I got a little too obsessed. That was my problem. So I'm kind of dipping my feet back in the water slowly, but I'm getting back out there. I mean, I miss the field. But there's so many. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Linda Meyer. She's a sweetheart. Happy New Year again to everybody coming in. All you folks just tuning in here. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you had a Merry Christmas too. Paranormal Rock Down. Guess who's Adam playing next? I don't know if that's probably Chris. I would say that's Chris right there. But, like I said, with the show, you want to belong to the groups, follow the pages. I've got some events out there now too for the show. This show is a branch off of our group and our pages and so forth. We continue conversations here. They're going to transfer over on future shows. We've got a lot of pioneers. We're going to EVP pioneers and specialists we're going to be having here on the show for you. So it's going to be a place of learning. It's going to be a safe place of learning. Everything's moderated. I know these conversations that we're going to be having, they can get heated, but we're all going to learn one thing, and that's respect. And we're going to come together. We're going to come up with some solutions. I mean, come on, it's time, folks. It's time. And if we all work together in this community, I think it'd be a lot easier. You don't worry about the film crews and all that fun stuff, folks. That's all popperkosh. It's all crap. You don't worry about that. Worry about you. Worry about your investigation team. Worry about them. Take care of each other. Don't sign a piece of paper and sign your life. Don't do that. That's taking you away from the focus, the goal, the point. The point. Don't forget the point. Why we're doing what we're doing. We're not doing it to make them happy, them happy, them happy. You're doing it to make yourself happy and to figure this out for yourself. Doing it for yourself. And we're going to skip away here for a quick second, come back and wrap up. You guys stay tuned. More EVP Explorations on the way.
Brace yourself for the Paranormal Rockdown, July 18th and 19th, 2025 at the Haunted Broadhead Manor. Friday night, rock out with Dead Amsterdam, Left on Red, and headliner Green Jelly. The music may not be the only thing shaking these walls. Rumor has it the spirits love a good beat. Will you meet one? Saturday, meet paranormal legends like Dave Schrader, Sam Baltrusis, and more. Enjoy thrilling workshops, tasty treats, and a live Zoom Q&A with Dustin Perry. Dive into the ultimate paranormal investigation with expert guides. Or join a spine-tingling seance with Sam Baltrusis. Tickets are limited. Get yours now for an unforgettable weekend of music, mystery, and chills.
Hey, coming up on the top of the hour here, folks, we're just about ready to wrap this up. This is only an hour show tonight. Now, normally this show is going to be 2 hours. Oh, yeah. because an hour just isn't long enough. It just isn't. For a lot of the discussions we're going to get into, there's going to be questions and things after. So we're going to roll that up to 2 hours a week. And that's okay. That's perfect. That's fine with me. It's a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun for me. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Let me know your feedback on what you think of the program, what you would like. If there's any certain topics you'd like us to discuss, again, I'll put the email up here for you. You just email us right here, and that goes right to my inbox, and then we'll be able to, talk back and forth about the topics. If you have a file or something you need processed, analyzed, you need somebody to take a look at. I'm more than happy to do that. Mark's more than happy to do that. And there's just a lot of people out there willing to help those that want the help. I'm one of those people. I really am. I mean, I do have a kind of a weird, busy schedule. I do work a couple jobs. That's what life throws at you. You kind of deal with it. But I make time. I try to make time the best I can, and I'll make time for somebody's EVP, somebody that has a question that needs some help. Absolutely. And we're going to take some final comments here. And we've got, that's a good one, Jamie Lynn. When was the last time you were out in the field? Actually, Sherry and I, it was about 4 months ago. We went out and we did capture a little boy. He sang something behind us. We went to Baker Cemetery. Absolutely. We went there and saw Betsy Reed. So I've been out in the field, but as far as getting a team together, coming soon, a lot of fun things. I've got to get myself situated, get myself reawoken. Then we'll be good to go, and I'll be able to go back out there. I got to get my innards going. But there's so many fun things coming, and that's a good question. So, I mean, when I was really out in the field, Jamie, it was 2012. That's when I stepped away. It was 2012, and I turned to broadcasting after that. I broadcasted while I was in the field, but I retired and really started to focus on talking about it, all the experiences and things. That's why I left, because of the obsession. I couldn't stop, and it started consuming my life. So I had to slow down a little bit. That's all. But thank you, Jamie Lynn. I love you to pieces. And Steve, this is another good comment here. Something that's really important also is when you make contact with a spirit child, ask questions that'll keep that child comfortable. Keyword, comfortable. Try using a softer tone of a voice. Use your mom and dad voice, folks. Absolutely, Steve. That's just a great tidbit right there. And, having these, and Heather's got one here. Hi, Heather. I just want to communicate with my roommates I've had for over 20 years that seem to not want to leave. House was built in 1900, but I'm the only one with the experiences here. I can see, hear, and feel them, but I would like to get a little more. We need to talk, Heather. I'll help you out with that. There's a way. It may or may not work, but there is a way. That's good. Hey, Greg Koss, everybody, folks. Oh my goodness, so good to see you guys. There's so many great people out there, and I want to thank all of you for all the years of support and believing in me and the crazy things I do. And for supporting the ups and downs and the ins and outs. I'm back to my roots now. I'm in a good place. And it's time for me to get back to what I love and enjoy doing. It's in my blood. I can't get it out. I've talked to Sherry about this several times. God love her. She supports me like crazy, even though I'm a madman. It's something that is inside of me, and I just simply cannot get rid of it. I have tried several ways from Sunday to get rid of it, and I cannot get it out of my system. So it's going to continue to grow and just move forward. It's that simple. And with that said, we are going to skip off for tonight, but be sure tune in next week. The events on Facebook and YouTube under EVP Explorations. Next week's guest, Michael LaCiana. We're going to talk old school EVP. We're going to talk some equipment. We're going to talk some methods. And then again, Nicole Strickland's coming on the 17th. We're going to be talking some ethics and protocols with EVP. She is the best at that. She is great. And in the future here, Lisa Crick, Nicole Tito are coming on here. We're just going to hammer this down, folks. So hopefully if you missed part of the live, you can catch the replay. You never know. You may screw up and learn something, folks. It's important. Hang tight out there. Be safe. Use common sense. And most of all, use respect. Have a good night, everybody.